as honest as possible, do you feel as if during this time of like elementary school and middle school that it's kind of like pushed you into being someone that you're not at any point? What's up?
Hi.
Welcome to Kay's Corner. How do you feel sitting in the corner
Good.
of your oldest sister?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, so tell the world a little bit about yourself. What's your name?
Sophia.
Okay, how old are you?
I'm 13.
All right. Do you play any sports?
I play softball.
Takes after the big sis. BigSis.com. All right, Sophia. I mean, damn, you're making me nervous. So, guys, this is my baby sister, Sophia. I have 5 siblings, and I'm going to try my best to get every single one of them on here, and then hopefully all together as one. But Sophia and I are years and years apart, so I kind of wanted to pick Sophia's brain because she is in the newer generation as far as the girls, as far as the guys, as far as, I don't know, the way people dress, the brands that people wear. I mean, I loved skinny jeans in school, and like they're not even a thing anymore. What if a girl came to school wearing skinny jeans? What would people say?
Honestly, probably make fun of them.
Really?
Well, that's how girls are these days. Like, if you don't, like, wear the type of clothes that they wear, they'll, like, make fun of you. Like, the amount of times I got made fun of my outfits, and I'm trying to dress like the other girls, and it's hard because they buy expensive brands, and I cannot.
What kind of brands?
Like, they'll buy, like, White Fox hoodies, which are, like, $90.
They buy it or their parents buy it?
Their parents, but yeah, they, like, just buy expensive clothes.
Do you work?
No.
Have you ever worked before?
Well, I would help Dad at the restaurant.
What would you do at the restaurant?
I would like do some of the silverware, or I would like only one time I sat with someone at the table.
Have any of your other friends like helped out like anywhere or worked anywhere?
Yeah, my friend Frankie helped me at Dad's restaurant one time.
Do you and Frankie, would you guys say you guys feel more accomplished than other people in your grade or more mature than other people in your grade?
Definitely.
Why?
Because I feel like like all the people in our grade are like very childish and they can't like take things serious, and they just like to start drama, but we don't like that stuff and we ignore it.
Being as honest as possible, do you feel as if during this time of like elementary school and middle school that it's kind of like pushed you into being someone that you're not at any point?
Yeah, definitely.
In what ways?
Like changing my looks and like feeling like insecure about my body or face.
Do you think more social media or people like in school made you feel that way, or both?
Both.
Have you ever like thought about taking a break from social media, or have you?
Um,
Or do you think that's hard to do?
it's definitely hard to do.
It's a different type of conversation or topic that I'd like to talk about, but guys, I'm in school right now learning about how this generation is the first generation to be in a social media experiment. And coming firsthand from a 13-year-old girl, my baby sister, it has changed the way she thinks about herself, looks at herself. Social media was made to do this, to affect the way people associate with each other, to affect the way we look at ourselves. How do you think that makes you feel, like thinking that you're in an experiment, that people are watching you, watching what you like, watching your content, putting things on your For You page? Have you ever been having a conversation, then it pops up on your For You page? And you're like, oh my gosh, like you tell Frankie, like, oh my gosh, we were just talking about hot dogs and the hot dogs popped up
Oh
on my
yeah,
For You
that
page.
happened before.
Because your phone and social media, when you signed up, we clicked agree. And you know what we agreed to? That they have access to everything. To everything. Say all of your drafts. Say you make some weird ass draft, like they have access to that. Does that scare you?
Kind of, yeah.
Something to think about. It's pretty scary. You know, like the Hunger Games, like it's an experiment. They throw them all into like a fake world and they have to
Yeah.
like survive for their life. That's kind of what it is, just without weapons. Pretty crazy, right?
Yeah.
I just wanted to open your eyes to that because the way people are acting is due to social media, the name brand clothes and everything like that. It's crazy. It's stupid. I mean, I've dealt like with a similar situation like that where a girl was like, "Oh, like where'd you get your shirt from?" I'm like, "Girl, Marshalls," and she's like, "Ew." I'm like, "Girl, what?" The shirt was like $20 and it's name brand. Like, get yourself a good deal. Mind you, this girl never wore the same outfit to school. I mean, for 365 days, she did not wear the same outfit. Yeah. The 100th day of school hit, right? Does anybody like dress up or is that like just elementary school?
Um, like at the end of the year, people like dress up more than like, cause like in the beginning of the year, they like have like new outfits, of course, cause like they'll go shopping before school. But then in the middle of the year, like they'll start like not caring as much.
Mm.
But then at the end of the year, I guess they like dress up again.
Have you seen any of the little girls on the 100th day of school dress up as an old lady? Like when you were younger?
Oh yeah,
Really?
in elementary school.
I don't remember anyone ever doing that. We always like we got like a poster board and we glued like 100 M&Ms to it.
Well, cause it'll be like Spirit Week or something, and like it'll be like one like a Friday or something. It'll be like dressed as like an old person or something. But I saw that before.
So the conversation's about to get real. And why I say that is because on the 100th day, what I did, mom wasn't around. I didn't want to be the only person that didn't show up with anything. So you know what I did? I went around the house and I found 100 hair ties. I found 100 hair ties. We put them in a Ziploc bag and I went to school. And everyone had all of these cool things. Like they had shirts with like 100 different things on it. Like, I mean, they all had cool shit. And I was just like, I got 100 hair ties. I didn't know what the
Oh
frick to
god.
do. But, anyways. So I believe you've matured. You feel more mature than a lot of other people your age. Yeah, partially because of social media. Yeah, partially because of the girls in school. But you and I both know that it's deeper than that.
Yeah.
Having a dad that owns 3 businesses and isn't around as much, and then having mom not be around for long. And I know for so long you were told not to talk about this, or you were kind of nervous to even bring it up, and maybe it affected you in certain ways, but it plays a huge part of who you are today. So don't you think it's important to talk about?
Yeah.
So we kind of grew up differently because we didn't grow up through the whole years, which is okay. What if I was 40? I wouldn't be living in the house. People, siblings, we grow apart, we get married, we move out. How was it when I moved out of the house? What did you feel?
It was kind of harder because we didn't have mom around. So like you were like my second mom, and you helped around. But when you left, it got harder because we didn't have someone to take care of us. And we had our brothers, but it was hard for them because
Yeah.
they're different than us. So it was kind of like just me and Emma like trying to take care of each other.
And I want you to be honest. Do you ever hold resentment against me for leaving?
No,
Why?
because I knew you want to get out of the house to get your goals going and then come back and help us with the money you have.
Yeah, I never took the time to actually realize how long I was out of the house from you guys, and I felt like I missed so much time, and I just feel like you're so big now, and like I just want you to know that I'm happy that you see why I kind of ventured out on my own. I wasn't the best kid, but we all have to learn, but
Yeah.
I'm happy that you see it that way. And I've always wanted to ask you that if you hopefully you're being honest. Do you have resentment? Oh, your light is still on. Do you have resentment towards the world because of not having your parents around as much?
Um,
Or does it make you treat the world differently?
I want to say like it's like hard not having like mom around, but also I had dad for a little, but then he like got his businesses going, and I'm happy for dad like when he finds someone that he loves, but it's also harder because he already has his three businesses going, and then he also has to love someone else and not just his kids. So it's hard for like me not to see my dad as much as I want to.
How does it make you feel that there's another woman in your father's life and that, you know, maybe us three girls, or since you're the lights on you, like how does it make you feel?
When I heard about it and dad called me about it and said she was coming to like the family party, I definitely was like surprised because I already had my mom gone for a bunch of years of my life, and then I had another woman come into my life, and she was like a big part of my life. Like she took care of us, and it felt like she was my mom. But then that happened and she left, and then when I just heard like there's another woman, I was just like I knew dad was happy, but it was kind of hard for me because I knew that dad just has to focus on himself and like his health and his businesses.
You know, you're so wise for your age. You are very so wise. And a part of me is like, damn, like, oh, like, why do we have to grow up so fast? Why do we have to be forced to grow up so fast? And it happened to me too. And that's why I am the way I am. And that's why I am where I am today, because it took a toll on me and it made me feel like I was forced to kind of survive. But do you think that it's going to make you more mature than other people and make you feel like you can kind of accomplish things faster than other people your age?
Well, yeah, definitely because like I like when Trish came in, I like thought like everything was gonna be good now because now I have another woman living in the house like doing things for us. But then I just realized like she was just there to be there and like she helped definitely, but then she just left like without even like trying and like I don't know.
I
That
get
shit.
it. You kind of just feel like you had no answers the first time when mom left. Then someone else leaves. You don't have answers again. And then there's someone else, and it's kind of like you don't know what to expect.
Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if she's gonna stay. And she's like
Do you care?
I care. Like I didn't want when Trish left. I definitely like me and Emma thought like we don't want someone else coming in our lives because everyone just like comes and goes and like nothing even happened. But yeah, so I do care definitely. But I just want Dad to be like happy with his situation.
I'm sorry, you're just like so wise. You're making me think about so much. Um I have dreams. Do you have dreams? What's your dreams?
Honestly, they're scary because it's like it feels so real. And
What are your dreams? What's the
well,
top one?
I would say because again, Trish was in a big part of my life, and when she left, like I had dreams about it, and my dream was that like I saw her like in public, and she just gave me a hug, and I just started crying, and I just like woke up, and like it just felt so real, and it was like scary.
I love you. You're so cute. Thank you for sharing that dream. But I'm talking about your dreams, like your goals.
Girl, delete that. Can you actually cut that part out?
No. But it's okay because that's a special dream. There's two different types of dreams. I should have been more specific. I'm like, can I tell me your dreams? I should have asked, tell me your goals. That was my fault.
Oh God. Um, well, I actually got interviewed by my like resource teacher, and she asked me like what I want to do when I'm older, and I told her like I want to start my own business, but then because I want to do like beauty school and like start my own business, and she's like, oh, then you have to go to college for like 2 years, and then she asked me like what's my backup dream, and I said I want to go to college for 4 years or more to be a teacher because I like helping kids and I know how like it feels.
I could see you as a teacher. You'd be like the coolest teacher ever.
I don't know.
All your students probably have crushes on you.
Oh God.
Like, ooh, Miss Sophia.
No, please.
Ah. Well, Sophia, you are so special to me. Very special to me. And I know you put up this guard, and I don't blame you for it. I know you feel betrayed by people. I know that you feel like you can't trust people. But just always be true to yourself. If you know you're a good person, always be a good person, even when someone's being a bad person. And just know, although like our like parents, dad is around, but I know emotionally and as like a young female that he's not around in the ways that you want him to be around or need him to be around. And for mom, I know it's hard, and I know it's something, even when you say mom's name, it sounds like you're almost scared to say her name. And with me, I want you to be able to be comfortable. There's plenty of people in this world that suffer with the same thing, you know, and it makes you who you are today. And it will, I'm in the middle of writing a self esteem paper, and it's like, what is one thing that you love about yourself? I love that I can be an influence to you guys, even though I can be a little hardcore and a little strict on you guys, which I need to definitely back up on. But it's because I've been through where you guys have been through. I've hurt the same ways that you guys have hurt. And I know you guys hurt different than me, but I can relate in ways because I went through it. I went through it. So I'm so thankful that you see that I've gone out of my way, not even just to improve myself, but to improve myself for you guys, because we us siblings don't have the best set of example, you know? And I had to survive out here in this world by myself and find people and connections that were going to teach me the things that my parents didn't teach me. And I guess what I'm trying to say is it's okay that our parents aren't there the way we need to, because we have so many of us, and there's so many people in this world that it's going to be a hookup, it's going to be a connect, and you're just going to get there all the way to the top. You want to be a teacher, you're going to be a teacher. You want to find a man to take care of you, you're going to find that man. But also with school, don't let people get to your head either. You're so cool. And if people are being jerks to you, they probably really want to be your friend, or they probably really like you.
Please.
Please. That's what I'm saying. Tell them that.
No.
Do you want me to tell them that?
You think that?
To the girls out there and to the boys out there that think, because I wouldn't know why else like people would be rude to you. I really don't. You're like so real, unless like they can't take like realism. Sometimes I feel like I'm too real. Do you feel like you're too real sometimes, or like you have no filter?
Mm-hmm.
Like someone's breath stink, I'm like, whoo, your breath stink.
That's what me and Dad are talking about. He was like, you definitely go up to people and be like, your breath stink. And I was like, I mean, sometimes.
You have to be real. I mean, it depends how you come across. Like, boy, your breath stink. Like, do you not have toothpaste or toothbrush? Like, that's mean. But be like, hey, your breath smells a little bit.
Kiwi.
What? I would tell somebody. Like, I've picked something out of someone's tooth before. Like, I've gotten like a little card and I'm like, say cheese. And the girl was like,
I mean, I would be like, girl, what you doing?
She respected me for that because she was like, you know what? I probably would have walked around with that black thing in my tooth all day.
My friend Ava, her mom, we were all at the beach, and me and Ava were in the water, and this mom had a tampon out of her like bathing suit. So Ava's mom goes up to her, she's like whispers in her ear, and it's like she's real. Like
that's real though, but damn, you didn't check it before you.
She was holding a baby. I was like, oh Lord, help this woman.
That's freaking funny. So Sophia, before we go, I want you to give two different pieces of advice. All right. The first piece of advice that I want you to give to everybody who doesn't have a mom or a dad around, well, if they were sitting in front of you and they were really asking you for advice or on how you've been surviving, what would you tell them?
I would definitely say like find people that like that love you and you love them, and you'll find them and you'll know when they love you because they'll help you through like when you need help and you help them when they need help.
Do you believe like you've been that person for
Yeah.
somebody?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you, honestly, now that we're sitting in Kay's corner, you're in my corner always. Who would you say is in your corner? Announce them, shout them out. Who's in your corner?
Frankie.
Frankie, that's your best friend, right?
Yeah.
Who else?
I don't even have anyone like you, of course.
She said like you.
I thought you meant like out, but yeah.
Like you feel like your family?
Yeah, definitely.
Your siblings?
Yeah, you guys give me good advice.
Good. Now, the second piece of advice I want you to give, since we are living in the generation where we are living in a social media experiment, what would your piece of advice be as far as how we use social media?
So you want me to give advice on how we use social media?
Like advice on how to maybe cope with social media. You said that it has affected the way you look at yourself and stuff like that. What advice would you give to yourself? Maybe spend more time off of your phone. Maybe you put your phone on do not disturb, right?
Yeah.
That's a way to kind of,
Yeah.
not be able to get notified. So what piece of advice, since you turn your notifications off a lot, that's kind of your way to kind of like block out the social media world. What would you tell somebody else to do to kind of cope with like taking time away from social media or being aware of what it does to you as a person?
Well, when you're on social media, I feel like it kind of depends on what you're using social media for. But girls mostly just like, I mean, I can't judge because I post things of myself too, but girls just use it as like reposting things to get people's attention.
Okay.
And because I've been in that situation where girls just like repost things and they'll like text the boys and be like, oh, like I did this to myself, this and that, just to get the attention. So I would say like, I would say not to like repost as much, like, because my friends like repost things that shouldn't be reposted.
So in other words, you would say to not communicate through stories or posts.
Yeah, pretty much.
Kind of have that reality conversation with the person that's actually bothering you.
Yeah, but I'm not saying like you can post things if it's like real.
But don't go out of your way to repost to try to like be
Just
petty
be
or
petty.
or make people jealous. Really,
Yeah.
it falls under pettiness.
Yeah.
So that's a good piece of advice. Maybe don't take the time out to really take the time out to understand what you're feeling rather than trying to make someone else feel what you're feeling or to just feel something in general. Maybe focus on what you're feeling at the moment. Maybe instead of going straight to social media, kind of be real with yourself. Hit up your best friend. Or honestly, talk to someone who's older and can give you actual advice that you need to hear, not what you want to hear. So take the time out to not be so quick to go to social media because in the long run, people really don't care. They don't care what you post. I know you were nervous to come on here, but I really appreciate you coming on here. You're very special to me, and you'll always be in my corner. Not just physically, but in real life. And I'm always in your corner. I always got your back.
How do I know?
Okay, as long as you know. Well, tell them thanks for kicking it in Kay's Corner, guys. This is podcast number 5 with Sophia. I will drop down her TikTok or any other social media that she has. Give her a big shout out, guys. Make sure that you always are careful with what you say to people, how you speak to people, how you look at people. You never know what someone's going through. You never know how they're surviving in this world. And you have no right to assume ever what someone's going through, even if they're nasty attitude, nasty looks. You just never know what someone's going through. So either keep it pushing or kill with kindness. And if you can't do either, maybe you should just stay home and not associate with people. Be freaking nice. Start being aware. Stop caring so much about what social media is and get back to reality. Because honestly, whether Sophia sees it or not, I just gave her a reality check to social media. I just gave her a reality check of herself. I just gave a reality check of what happens in school and the way that this world thinks nowadays. So I hope you carry this podcast, and I hope that you carry everything that you shared with you every single day, because that is who you are. You are a young girl who has a dad but doesn't have a tight relationship with him. You have a mom, but she's not around. You wake up every day, you survive, you still try to keep a positive attitude. And there's days where we slip, where we have bad days and we have attitudes, or, you know, but you are such a good person. You are so smart. You are so wise. And I hope you see yourself for who you are. I hope you look in yourself in the mirror and say, you know what? I'm her. Because, girl, I do that. Is that bad?
No.
Girl, you would make fun of me. But anyways, guys, I'm so proud that this is my baby sister. And I have another baby sister. And I wish she was here, but she's not feeling well, guys. But hopefully we get her next week. Maybe we get both of you guys. That'd be pretty cool. But I will try to get all 5 of my crazy.
Girl, look at you. Get out. Where do you think we got it from?
You got it from me. Guys, thanks for kicking it in Kay's Corner, episode 5. Until next time, much love.